Exactly 9 minutes gone past the hour of 11 on the AM side. You already know it's a Tuesday, 6th day in the month of May 2025. Oh, that feels good. This is Abuja Now, and you already know how it goes with Abuja Now segment of the Eagles Morning Rises Breakfast Show. Yeah, we talk about everything that's going on in ABJ. So if you have your Abuja Now story, which I want to believe that you have your own Abuja indigenous story that you want to tell us right now, it could be about a problem, a challenge, or it could also be about a merriment or something that really beautifies you or beautifies your heart or makes you happy. I don't know, whatever it may be. Somebody gave you some monies that is for your business and it's really happening right here in this town. Okay, you are in the town. You want to talk to me about it? It's okay, right? But yeah, if you also want to talk about the ills of the society, I mean, those who have taken it up as a responsibility in their lives to ensure that the peace of the society is not indeed identified with. Yes, you can talk about those miscreants who are the pickpockets, the one chancers, the bad roads. You could also talk about the Abuja economy. That's right, Abuja does have economy. And some cities within Abuja or some suburbs in Abuja, they're the ones that indeed add to the economy of Abuja itself as a capital, state of Nigeria. So yeah, there is a lot that we can talk about. Could it be about a school that has been wrongly managed, a government school? Maybe the students are still sitting outside on the row, on the floor, on the ground, receiving lectures or receiving teaching under the trees. You want to talk about it? Well, we should talk about it. The idea is for us to set light, into these issues and indeed bring it to limelight, and also call on the relevant authorities to indeed begin to put their attention towards these things that we make mention of, right? Now, I've got my own story to tell you though, and I'll just put it out there right about now. By the way, my name is Uduak Daniel. That is my name. A couple of Abuja stories that I'm bringing to you now. This one is about Tinubu's ban on foreign goods. And stakeholders are saying that this is a major boost for Nigeria's economy. So stakeholders talking about the likes of the Chief Executive Officer of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, that's the CPPE, Muda Yusuf, the CEO of SD&D Capital Management, Bolade Idakolo, and the Board of Trustees Chairman of the Coalition of South-South Chambers of Commerce and National President Petroleum Products Retail Owners Association of Nigeria separates into with our correspondent on Monday. Now, this is following that decision by the Federal Executive Council. Now, it came together and it was chaired by Mr. President, now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at the Presidential Villa on Monday to put a capital ban on foreign goods. Now, this report from our correspondent also shows that one of the decisions reached by the FEC was a ban on the procurement of foreign goods or services by the federal government, ministries, departments, and agencies. Oh, I love this. I love it. So even the federal government, ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, have been banned from procuring foreign goods or services, especially those that we can indeed put together within the shores of this country. Now, announcing this development though, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, told journalists at the Presidential Villa that the initiative, tagged the Nigeria First policy, is aimed at strengthening the country's economy by prioritizing locally manufactured goods and services. Now, how does this story make you feel? Do you really think that this indeed will be the way to build the economy of Nigeria? Do you think it's way forward? Has it been a long time coming? But then I hear some of you family members came on here earlier this morning around the 7 o'clock hour saying that it seems like the federal government, Nigeria, is now waking up. The federal government is waking up to its or to her responsibility now. I mean, it's been a long time coming. This is something that we should have done a long time ago. But yeah, they say better late than Never, right? So do you think that this is just it? What does this mean for you? I mean, an outright ban on the procurement of foreign goods and services, especially those that we can indeed promote, put together in this country. That's what has been given as an order to the ministries, departments, and agencies as well. Well, that is one story. You can also get into the fact that the wave of defections from opposition political parties to the ruling All Progressives Congress, that is the APC, it may have extended to the camp of the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the last election. I'm talking about none other but Peter Obi. As the special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on media and policy, Daniel Bwala, has stated on national television interview that some of Obi's appointees are on their way to joining the ruling party. So Bwala specifically claimed that one of Obi's handlers is already in APC, while the other one, the second handler, is in talks with the party leaders. Now, he further revealed that one of Obi's media aides has expressed interest in joining the party. Now, this is what he said, and I'm quoting him right now. Governors are on their way coming into our party. What about the key managers of specific presidential candidates of the last election? Take, for example, Peter Obi. One of his handlers is with us. The second handler is in talks with us. One of his media spokesmen is in talks with us. Why are they joining us? Nobody's giving anybody kobo. But because they realize we are not perfect as a government, but our hearts are right, our head is correct, and we are creating a national consensus. Right? That's what he said. Well, away from that story now, let's bring this one to you right there. Very disturbing though. The Association of Resident Doctors in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, they have announced the commencement of a 3-day warning strike. They're just warning 3 days. Starting on Tuesday, meaning today, 6th of May, 2025. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wow. Okay, 3-day warning strike? That's not cool. Well, then the doctors reached a decision to embark on the strike following an emergency Congress meeting held on Monday at Asokoro District Hospital in Abuja. Now, in an interview after meeting, the president of the FCT ARD, Dr. George Ebong, stated that the strike had become necessary as 127 health workers were dismissed by the FCT Civil Service Commission last Friday without due diligence. Now, he described the dismissals as an inhumane and unlawful act, demanding their immediate reinstatement alongside a prompt payment of their April salaries. But then, has it not come to become an issue for you? Have you ever thought about this? That every time that the doctors are making demands, the next thing is strike, and the strike, of course, is not caring about who is affected, or the lives of those who are dependent on, seemingly on them for survival. I mean, over an issue as this, is it okay to go on a strike, 3-day strike, halt everything that's going on in the hospitals just because? Well, this is not me trying to reduce, right, the efficacy of what has happened. I mean, 127 staff, health workers, dismissed by the FCT Civil Service Commission last Friday. What for? And I guess that's the same thing that they're asking. And they're asking for an immediate reinstatement, a callback, a return for these ones, and also asking for the payment of their April salaries. Hence, lives will have to pay for this this act of going on strike. But then, where does it also place the doctors? Are they humane in this act by taking the step? Or where does it also place the government? And whoever ordered the sack of a whopping 127 health workers, are you serious now? And just when we are talking about having a deficit in the health sector, our doctors in numbers are leaving the shores of this country. They are being wooed. In fact, some of them are not even wooed. They by themselves decided to leave us for greener pastures, may not be so green, but at least they are getting the wage that is deserving of their labor, the value of the wage, the value for their labor. They're having it, they're getting it. That's why they can afford to toil there. And in 3 months, they must have bought a land and they started building back home in Nigeria. Now, how many of you doctors can do that while you're here? So the governments do, where are you standing? Aren't you just being inhumane now? And the doctors do, over this issue, has there been a memorandum of understanding? Has there been any other engagements that you've tried just before the striking? Because many believe it's supposed to be the last resort, right? But now it seems like striking and protest is now the first resort, so to speak. And then people have to pay. So doctors, or the ARD, Abuja ARD, are you also humane in your decision making in this particular one? But well, I'll just open the phone lines briefly. You can as well send a message via the WhatsApp portal now, 0909-705-4450. Or better still, just give me a call and let me know which of these stories indeed affect you one way or the other. Or you want to tell me your Abuja Now story. Well, it's going to be a very, very quick one. Just give me that call, give me your name, give me your location, and then go straight to the point. Let me into what it is that you are reacting to. 0907 353 0044 is that number. The other number is 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. All right. So we go into another story about. The story is basically about the activist and social media influencer Martins Ose, also known as Very Dark Man. Yeah, he was arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. That was last week, Friday. Well, he will be released today, a source has told us right there as an information. But, well, we're still waiting to see how far that will go. But then the source also said Vidian will be released following the protest that greeted his arrest, while he will be charged in court on Thursday. Myself and Vicky were having a conversation. Vicky asked me and said, Vicky, where you the way to? So, sharp. There's been a court, arranged court meeting. Suddenly you will now go to be charged in court. So things they happen fast like that for this country. And I said, Vicky, truthfully, things they happen. If you want to happen, it will happen. It depends on who is it is happening to, who is in the picture of it, right? And you already seen it. The process is almost seamless. From the arrest, from the bank where he went to lodge a complaint, to the point of being remanded, to the point of now going to court Thursday. Everything just happened in a space of how many days now? How many days? Talk about a fast process. And this process is quite a number of Nigerians have faulted and by saying on a good day, depending on who it is that is affected, it doesn't always come this fast. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Imam, official president. I'm calling from Dusu.
Oh.
Most of the things they use in their houses are not Nigerian made. If they want to tell us to come and check, they should bring all their properties out, the clothes they wear, the jewelry, the shoes, the furnitures in their rooms. All of these are imported down to Nigeria here. Not to talk of the other way around. They patronize other countries' health sector. They don't take education So these are the kind of things we are talking about.
Right.
You are banning what Nigerians are using to care for their own life, while you are patronizing the same thing you say that people should not use. I think I'm not against the ban of other foreign goods, but what I'm against is when people are in power and what they are asking people to do, they are not doing it. My dear, this is, I will call it hypocrisy.
Right.
Thank you very much.
All right, appreciate that from you right there. It says, I will call it hypocrisy. If it is hypocrisy, let's call it what it is. Enough of the tinkering, whether or not this is... Look, if something is so glaring right in front of us, let's talk about it. I mean, some have also said, oh, this whole move about buying Nigeria is also as a result of the policy that the U.S. President Donald Trump has said, think America. It should be about America, right? Or Americans. That's what it is. And you can see the move that Trump is putting out, the tariff that he's putting out there on goods and all of that. Quite a number of things that Trump is doing. And this indeed, of course, is forcing us, seemingly or so to speak, to indeed drive in this, in this route. But then, if you also recall, during the Buhari Osibajo administration, the former administration right there, there was a time they came with buy Nigeria. Oh, if they see anybody that's not patronizing Nigeria, patronize Nigeria, and all that. Oh, all of that went down the drain. Monies were spent, and how far with those monies? In fact, such monies now, nobody's even giving account to these monies now, because even the process in itself, was it even transparent enough? Oh, I'm not so sure about that. But that was something at that time. And here we're having it again. Well, how far is it gonna go? Now, I'm not being pessimistic, but just as that family member all the way from Duce saying, hey, don't just talk about the ban on imported goods, or foreign goods right there. No, let's talk about, this ban on your clothings. You too, yourselves, you Mr. President, you Vice President. Yes, we're talking to you. You Senate President, you House of Reps member. Let's talk about you. What is it that you have in your homes? You should put a ban. You should put a ban on it. Buy Nigeria too. Don't just come out and tell us that, oh, you're putting a ban on. I mean, if you're even talking about imported goods, mostly what do we import? Especially for the poor of the Nigerian society, mostly it's about food. I mean, quite a number. I've been talking about rice, beans, all being imported, this one, especially rice. And we've seen many times how the customs seize a large amount of bags of rice here and there. And is it auctioned sometimes? I don't know. Is it given off sometimes? We don't know. How these bags of rice, are they disposed? Are they burned? We don't know. Don't think so. It's mostly about food. And when we talk about food in the country, we talk about security. Do we even have the security to provide food for the poor? Or is this not also shooting ourselves in the waist again, right? Alrighty, but I don't know. Some would say it's a good thing. Innovation starts when there are policies that indeed should drive them. Could this be one of those policy messiahs that we need in Nigeria to indeed drive the economy? Well, can't say, but there's been talks about buying home, buying Nigeria, being Nigerian, and doing all that we can to encourage our own. But how far will this go? Has been the question on the lips of quite a number of family members as well. Well, that's just what's going on as it stands now. Well, still talking about the first policy, the Nigeria First policy, it is expected to become the cornerstone of administration's economic strategy, especially as the government pushes forward with this industrialization agenda and import substitution goals. Right. Remember, I also brought you the story of VDM right there. Very dark man talking about Martins Ose. So the EFCC have confirmed the very dark man has not yet been formally charged in court, saying it was preparing to file multiple charges against him, centered on allegations of cyber stalking and other related offenses. So the protesters who were sighted in Wuse area with the Berger Bridge after the Berger Bridge described VDM's arrest and detention as illegal. They also vowed to take their grievance to the Nigerian Human Rights Commission, NHRC, in Maitama district of the capital. All right. Okay, so that will be all for Abuja Now. I want to say a big thank you to you for giving ears to it, and it does feel good to know that you are on the other side, and you have indeed allowed for me to keep you company through the first part of your day, talking about from the early morning hours, the wee hours of a day, 6 a.m. up until now. Don't worry, I'm not going to be gone just yet because I still have a 12 o'clock today in 60 seconds to bring to you. And after that, of course, my time on here will be officially done. Okay, my name is Udwak Daniel, and call me UD, the golden voice on your radio.